Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. Yesterday we have learned about internal environment factors. Now today we will learn about external environment factors. External environment factors are those factors which arise outside the organization. Generally, these factors are not controllable or partially controllable. On this basis, the external environment is divided into two parts, the micro environment factors and the macro environment factors. Today, we will learn about micro environment factors. So firstly, let us check what are the external factors and micro factors. Generally, the micro factors are those factors which arise outside the organization. These factors affect to a particular industry. Internal factors affect to one company, while micro factors affect whole industry, a specific industry. Generally, these factors are partially controllable. It means up to certain level they are in the control of organization. Beyond that, the company, the organization does not have any control over these factors. Say for example, customers, suppliers, competitors, etc. For example, if there is only one supplier in particular industry, so there is a scarcity of the product in that industry. This will not directly affect to other industry. They are called as micro factors. Now, micro factors include suppliers. Suppliers are those who provides basic raw material and other inputs which are necessary for production. It is very important for organization that they do not depend on single supplier. If a company is depending on single supplier, then the supplier's bargaining power will increase. The company need to follow all the terms and conditions laid down by suppliers. Further, if there is a strike or lockout at supplier's company in supplier's premises, then our production will also stop. So it is very important for any organization that they do not depend on single supplier. Rather than they need to find the alternatives of raw material suppliers. Company may also try to find some alternative raw material or the usage of another raw material. The next factor is customers. Customers are all those companies who purchase product from our company. There are many categories of customers like industrial customers, retail customers, government as a customers, etc. Like supplier, here also company does not have to depend on single customer. If company is depending on single customer, then customer's bargaining power is high and company need to follow all the terms and conditions laid down by customers. Further, if there is a change in customers' demand or if customers' taste and preferences changes to some other product, then it becomes very difficult for us to survive because company is depending on single customer. So it is important for company that they do not depend on single customer. Rather than company need to focus on identifying various category of customers. Also, company may focus on finding new usage of the product so that company may sell their product to various category of customers. The next factor is competitors. Generally, in a common sense, the competitors are all those companies who sell similar product that we are selling. But in a micro term, the competitors are all those companies who take away our potential income. In this sense, if a TV manufacturing company is selling a television, then generally their competitors are other companies who are selling the television. But in micro terms, a company selling a television, then their competitors may be a company selling refrigerator, microwave oven, or even a college also, because they will take away the prospective income of the company. In this sense, there are various type of competition. Number one is desire competition. Desire competition means the competition between various desire or want of a customer. Say for example, a customer has certain amount of money and he wants to buy, he is having a need of purchasing a new TV. He also wants to purchase a new washing machine. He also wants to go out on a tour in vacation, etc. These are the various need of consumer. But due to limitation of income, not all the needs can be fulfilled at a time, and that is why customer need to choose only one. If he choose to buy a television, then the income of refrigerator and tours and traveling company or hotel, all the companies which are associated with vacation planning, they have to forget their income. So is called as desire competition. The competition between various need, desire or want of a customer is called as desire competition. The next type of competition is product form competition. It means the competition between various type of product produced by a company. Say for example, a customer wants to buy a television. Now the customer need to decide which type of television he wants to purchase. There are so many type of television available in market. Say for example, normal TV, LCD TV, LED TV, OLED TV, QLED TV, curved TV, projector TV, etc. These are various product form of a television. Again, customer will only going to purchase one type of television. If he has chosen to purchase LED TV, then the other type of television, they have to forget their income, is called as product form competition. And the third is brand competition. Brand competition means the competition between the various brand producing the similar product. Say for example, if a customer wants to buy LED TV, then there are so many companies producing LED TV. For example, Sony, LG, Onida, Samsung, etc. If a customer purchase any one company's LED TV, then the other company have to forget their income, is called as brand competition. The next factor is marketing intermediaries. Marketing intermediaries are all those persons which work as an intermediary between the manufacturer and end user customers. It includes salesmen, middlemen, wholesaler, retailers, agent, etc. They provide the assistance to company regarding selling of their product. Further, they also make the company's product available to end user customers. This is their basic activity. Further, they also work as a stockist of company's product. They purchase in a large quantity from firm and sell it in a smaller quantity to the next intermediary or to end user customers. They also work as they work as an advertising agency. They do the marketing of company's product, and hence it is very important to select right intermediary at right place. If company has selected wrong intermediary or there is some disturbance in distribution channel, then company may not be able to sell right product to end user customers. The next is financiers. Financiers or financial intermediaries are those intermediaries who provide the finance to organization. Apart from providing finance, they also make interference or intervention in daily decision. Company need to check the financial capabilities and their attitudes when they obtain finance from the financiers, because if the financier makes more intervention in organization, then it becomes difficult for a company to take daily decision The next is public. Public are all those people who are not apart from above point. They include general public, media public, etc. They are not a stakeholders of organization. They also affect the working of organization, like a media public. If a media is providing information regarding various activities that take place surrounding organization. Now, if media public has decided to show something wrong is happening in any organization, then they will provide all the information in media. By reading all these things, the people may have a good or bad image regarding that company. So this way the media public may affect the company's operation. So that is all about today's session. Stay tuned for the next update.